Hello and welcome everyone to this edition of Tri Talks, where we take a few minutes to introduce an event that's taking place in the province of Alberta this coming summer. I'm your host, Sebastian Fort, and I'm the Executive Director with Triathlon Alberta. And with me today is Joel Norman, who is the event organizer for the Stettler Triathlon. The Stettler Triathlon is a perfect event for all ages and abilities. It's a small race atmosphere and suit people new to the sport. Stettler has a flat, fast course with good pavement and experienced athletes looking for personal best. The event has grown to become one of the premier family events in the province. Adults race first and then watch their kids in the mid-morning. The event takes place at the Stettler Recreation Center complex and includes an indoor pool swim. The bike route is out and back on paved roads, and the run follows paved paths around West Stettler Park. So Joel, why don't you take a couple of minutes and tell us a little bit about yourself and yeah.
Sure. I kind of got into the sport of triathlon around 2010, and our race in Stettler had been kind of idle for a couple of years after 2012, and a few people in the community were kind of nudging me to see if I could get it going again. And in 2015, myself and a few people from the community started the race up again, and we've really had some good success since then over the last number of years. So.
Yeah, it's hosted like provincial championships and like age group world qualifying spots for many years now, since you've been running the race at least.
Yeah, for sure.
What what kind of inspired you to be a race director?
Well, like it was kind of by chance to somewhat, as like I say, a few people were definitely thinking I was the right guy for the job, and but I also wanted to give something back to the sport too. You know, I had really enjoyed racing, and I'd kind of seen some really good races and some things that were done well, and I thought I could kind of do that with our race, and it's kind of where it all started.
Gotcha. Can you tell us a little bit more? I mean, you went into a little like the race went a little bit stagnant around 2010. Can you tell us a little bit more about the history of the event?
So I can't talk. They did start about when the Stettler Rec Center was built, the newer one, I think back around 2008 or 2009. And then really though, since 2015, I think we've kind of increased the overall quality of the racing experience for the people there. And like you mentioned before, we've hosted provincials, we've had spots for worlds, and we've kind of tried to mix that small town atmosphere of the race with some things that you can get at a big race as well.
Yeah, I've always really appreciated that with your event in particular, that's being able to host that and still have like a small race feel, but it feels like such a premier race.
Thanks.
What type of distances are you kind of offering for your race this year?
So we have adult and junior sprint and adult and junior triad as well. And then like you mentioned before, we have all the kids distances right down to every age group. So we pretty much cover anybody that wants to race, and a lot of people that do come out, that's one of the things they like. They bring their whole family, and their kids get to race on the same day with them. So one thing we've added this year is a 5K fun run too.
Okay, yeah, right on.
They don't want to bike and they don't want to swim, but they still want to be a part of the event in the day. They can come and do a 5K. They can still get their medal and their bib and be a part of the whole experience.
Oh, right on. Like I like the aspect of just being able to add on little events on the side just to make it a little bit more of a festival feel as well. And some folks might be intimidated by like the triathlon aspect or multi-sport aspect. So yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
And sometimes when people come out and they see it, it's not as intimidating after that.
Exactly. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about the world qualification spots that you have this coming summer?
Yeah. So for any of the guys that were at the gals and guys that were at the race in 2019, we'd offered spots for the worlds, and we're offering them again this year in 2022. So we'll have for every 5-year age group all the way up, we'll have one spot for male and one spot for female. So being a smaller race, you got some decent odds of getting a spot if you're looking to get one.
Yeah, and it's for the sprint distance, correct?
Sprint distance only, yeah.
Yeah.
And then for those that don't know, the worlds are in Montreal next year.
Okay, yeah, right on. Is there like any other details like for the race that you'd like to share with everybody?
No, but for any of you that haven't been, we have a lot of people that come back year after year, and there's a reason they come back year after year. It's a well-run race. It's fun. We have a great facility there to host it, and we just hope to see you out.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Joel, for taking the time with us today, and I'm sure we'll catch you at the race over the summertime.
Sounds good, Sebastian. Take care.